Hello and welcome to 5 Tech. In this lesson, we are going to learn about RDS, that is Relational Database System, which is from Amazon. Alright, this is the dashboard. Once you click on RDS, that comes under database. Okay, it takes you to the dashboard where you can start creating a database. Alright, and the best part is it can be customized. Okay, see, Amazon Aurora is MySQL and PostgreSQL compatible enterprise class database starting at less than $1 per day. Aurora supports up to 64 TB of auto scaling capacity. In case if data swells, it manages. If data shrinks, it manages that too. That means it can manage even your cost. 6-way replication across 3 availability zones. It's for high availability. You don't have to worry about failure of any zone. It can manage through other zones. So just you need to click on create database. Alright, in our earlier videos we had seen, you can go on my channel and check the part 1 and part 2 of database, but let's flip through fast out here. So standard create, this is the creation method where we choose. The next we choose engines. In engine you have 6 options. You have Aurora, MySQL, MariaDB, Microsoft SQL, Oracle or Postgre. To go ahead with, let's go with Microsoft SQL. Then in addition, that is in MySQL community, you need to click and choose the version that you want. So I would like to go with 5.7.22. Alright, there are limitations and cost involved that we can see later. Okay, this is production. Okay, development and development and test along with free tier. Okay, let's go with production as of now. Use default for high availability and fast consistent performance. Okay, dev is for dev or test is for different purpose. Free tier, if I click, I'll have less options. So as of now, I'm going ahead with production. Okay, this is database identifier name. You can give any name. So I would like to go for database 14. This is the name I would like to prefer. Okay, master username, I would like to have admin. You can give any name of your choice. Okay, password, you need to allocate whatever you like. Okay, then retype the password for confirmation. Okay, we are done with allocating the password. Now out here, this is about standard class, memory optimized class, burstable class. So you need to choose whichever you want. You want to know more about EC2 instances and the details, you can refer to my video on my channel called as EC2 in Amazon. So I would like to go for burstable. DB2, that is tier 2 micro with 1 vCPU, 1 GB RAM. Now coming to the most important part, you guys need to understand this. Storage class, always I would prefer SSD because SSD is best for read and write, though it is a bit expensive compared to other disks. Allocatable 100 GB. As of now, I gauge my traffic maybe about 80 GB. Always I'll have 20 GB extra. Maybe I may get in more traffic. So I would always have 20 GB in my reserve. Let's go for provisioning Iops, which is about 1000 Iops, that is input output per second, that is read and write. Okay, auto scaling, I have told you what is the concept. Okay, auto scaling is always enabled. Okay, maximum storage threshold. Okay, you can go anything between 101 GB or maximum 16384 GB. So I'll go ahead with, as of now, 1000 GB. That's what I gauge. Okay, create a standby instance recommended for production usage. Create a standby in a different AZ, that is availability zone, to provide data redundancy, eliminate IO freezes, and minimize latency spikes during system backups. So I would choose this. Coming to the most important part, you need to have this in mind. VPC, that is virtual private cloud, where your instances or your resources are parked. This is where you have your VPC. That is why VPC is very important. You've got to be very careful. You have so many other options out here, so I would like to go for default VPC as of now. Next option is additional connectivity. Subnet is something which you need to have in mind. Again, I am going in for default subnet. Okay, public access, yes, I would like to go for public access. Now out here VPC, you have an option whichever VPC you want to choose. So I would like to go for a default VPC. which makes my life easier. Alright, makes things fine. Now after this, you have a database, that is database port TCP/IP, that is 3306. Okay, database authentication, password authentication, yes, because the password that we have allocated, that has to be authenticated. Click on additional configuration. This is the database name you have to give. So I'll say database, I would like to give for 5, that is database 5. Alright, then you have backup. Enable backup, enable automation backup, it's must. It will automatically create backup for your database during certain time in window. Backup retention period 7 days, fine. Alright, then you have a backup window. You want to automate backup of database to be created by Amazon-RDS. Select a window or no preference. I have no preference. Copy tags to snapshots, yes, it is must. Snapshots are very important. You can always recreate the data if it is misplaced. Then granularity 60 seconds. Okay, enable enhanced monitoring metric as useful when you want to see how different processes or threads use CPU. Okay, monitoring role default. Logs I wouldn't like to touch. Okay, enable auto minor version update, it's very important. Anytime there is updation or anytime there's update, it will automatically update. You don't have to worry about manual. Okay, select the period you want pending modification or maintenance applied to the database by Amazon-RDS. Select the window or no preference. I would like to go for no preference. This is very important. This has to be enabled always. In case if somebody tries to delete accidentally, it won't happen if you enable this. Alright, look at the cost involved that we have chosen. DB instance $17.52, storage $26.20, multi-AZ standby, that is $17.52, provision Iops $105, total $166. Very simple. These are the things. You just need to click on create database. It would take some time to create the database. Okay, my identifier, that is DB identifier, I had named database 14. Role is instance. MySQL community I chose. Okay, DB2 and instance is still creating. Alright, you want to know more info pertaining to this, just click on the database, you get the information. Look at this, your networking. Okay, endpoint is yet to be created. These are to be activated. Networking zone. Okay, VPC you have out here. Okay, then subnet group we have chosen, which is default. Okay, we got to go to the security, which is active. Click on security. Once you click on security, okay, what happens is you get this window, okay, where you're supposed to modify the inbound rules. Out here you see. Alright, so I'll just go and say edit inbound rules. Okay, there are about 4. You just need to remove one and remove this also. Let's have too many. Out here you get an option, so just type anywhere, you get 0, 0. Alright, then I'll choose another one. I'll say anywhere. Okay, I need to have one each, that's more than sufficient. So I delete this also. Click anywhere, it's done. So we have chosen SSH, which is called a secured shell, where your data travels in encrypted format. So this is another step. The first step is create the database. Step 2, modify inbound rules. Now we'll go in for step 3. Step 3 is we are going to create EC2 instances, okay, and access this database through EC2. This is the info that we have about RDS. Out here you see the availability zone is AB South 1B. When you launch an instance, please remember to access this database, it should be in the same availability zone and same default VPC, and let's choose the subnet also as default. So I'm going to launch the instance and all this. So we wouldn't be seeing how to launch the instance because these are one of the earlier modules that you are familiar with. So you just launch the instance. I'm just going to open the instance and start trying to access the database. So the RDS is ready. You have an endpoint and port here. You just need to copy this, right click, copy, and open the instance that you have launched. Alright, so before you could log into MySQL, very first thing is you need to install yum install MySQL-y through yum. You install. If you want to see what about yum, you can always refer my videos on my channel. So it's already being installed. Now let's access the database. Alright, so to access this is the terminal. I'm ready with my EC2. So MySQL -h, copy the we have paste whatever we have copied from the RDS, that is the endpoint and the port that we have copied, that you need to just copy and right click, it will paste. -u, username was admin, and -p is the password that you need to allocate. Given my password and I'm here. This is how my database is ready. So you want to check. Okay, so this is how your terminal is, through a terminal you're going to access the RDS through this point. And I hope it was informative. Thank you very much.